The first time I was discouraged from pursuing science was when I was 14. Someone told me that I was boring for caring about neuroscience, and for some reason that changed everything for me. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical researcher, and I'm not a wildlife biologist, all things that I thought I might be when I was 14. But that experience was nothing compared to this. A 14-year-old child made a digital clock and brought it into school to show his engineering teacher. He was then arrested and taken to a juvenile detention center. This doesn't add up. But this happened to Istandwithahmed when administrators alerted the police to a bomb. There was no bomb though. There was just a boy who had made a clock. Clock which his engineering teacher congratulated him on making. This has become yet another example on a long list of Islamophobic and racist sentiments and incidents that have taken place in this country. This is a young scientist actively being discouraged from pursuing his interests based on racial profiling. This is a young man being taught that his name and his skin matter so much more than his accomplishments as a person. This is an indictment on the American education system. Mostly though, this is just a giant disappointment, especially when you realize that this is not the first person of color to be handcuffed for a science experiment. When you realize this isn't the first child that's been handcuffed and taken out of school for learning. And I'm not interested in an educational system that arrests a child for being interested and for loving science and engineering. My fear is that 20 years from now we'll still be worrying about diversity, and we will continue to ask, why are the STEM fields so white? And we'll ask people of color, so why didn't you go into the STEM fields? Why weren't you interested in science? What made you disinterested in science? And they'll have this and other discouragements, other incidents just like this, and they'll say this is why.